So what do you do if you don't have this? Well, there's two things you should know. One, can you skate without a skateboard? The easy answer is no. The name skateboard implies most of it. You can kind of deduct the reasoning there. But there are some ways that if you don't have a skateboard and you want to get into it, you can sort of focus on practicing maintaining balance with your shoulders. Balance is just a universal universal topic. You can like focus on balance like typically around your core strength, but skateboarding balance involves not only core but maintaining balance over actual balance itself. Now, you could have the worst balance ever and still go ahead and do this and just learn instantly in like a day, because it really isn't that hard. Your body naturally has the capacity, the mental ability to have the general just a balance down. It's just physically sort of interpreting it. This way will help you understand that when you turn your shoulders, which is an important part of steering your board, how that balance centralized right here can stay the same while turning the shoulders, and you're shifting your weight on different parts of the board. So if we go over here, sorry I put my hoodie on because it was a little chilly, we can see we have two wooden planks from just randomly sitting around in my yard. So I figured that what better way to teach skateboarding without a skateboard than what the skateboard is made out of. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is just put this board over like the flatter one and sort of create like a balanced model so you can tell it's above the ground. And there we go. All spick and span. Have our wood planks with plenty of splinters on them. Just be careful about that. Organized in like this sort of cross so that we can get our balance sort of situated. Also, and then basically from here, if you have a wooden plank, which a lot of places do have, maybe your parents have one lying around in the front yard like me, but you can also use like some laminated book that you're not using, or like a folder or something just flat that'll slide on the ground. You can do this on carpet too, so that it would help slide around. Or you could just buy a board too. That is also a good option, and I'm assuming that if you're doing this, you are in the process of that. But this is just a good time saver. I used to do this all the time, like when I didn't have a board, just to like sort of, not even trying to like learn how to balance on a board, but more just out of like for fun. Because sometimes like when you're a kid, it is fun to just randomly mess around and do things like this. So I'm just gonna first stand on here and then sort of like focus. You see, already failed. It's actually kind of difficult because this is a really thin piece of wood. But you see, I'm balancing right now. And this is like the hardest part, honestly. And just being able to sort of like maybe like fool yourself a little bit too, because the bottom isn't completely flat, so it's gonna like sort of like the bottom's not that stable, so you're gonna have to really focus on getting down low, keeping that center of gravity, making sure both ends of this board you're bouncing on don't hit the ground, and also making sure that you're not leaning too far in. You're not putting your whole amount of weight on it. By doing this, you can just bend your knees, and sort of most of the weight is distributed in this proportion, and your upper body, barely any of the weight is on it, so essentially this thing doesn't crack. And then you can also play around with it a bit. You can like lean left, lean right, like that. Maybe touch the board after you've figured out your balance to the bottom and like lift it up, and then go and do random exercises like that, and just focus on what happens if I shift my balance here, or if I lean back, or if I lean forward, you know? And then, if you want to get crazy, you can focus on shifting, like that. And shifting back. And shifting. And notice how that bottom board moves with me. So, it's just going to be not the most realistic simulation, but it's going to really help keep that ability for your mind to manage your rotating balance, your constantly shifting balance, in a way that you aren't going to eat it. Because there's no way you could fall on this. That's just impossible. maybe if you like apply jetpacks to it, but that's not possible. Don't try and like do any fancy stuff with like tricks because it isn't gonna work. I wish it would work. That would look sick, but like if you try to pop it, you're not gonna do much. But yeah, I'd say that this is a great way of shifting your balance, maintaining it, and hey, if you get a splinter midway through, that means you're doing it right. Let's just say that. All right, thank you so much, and yeah, have a nice day.